What's up, internet? Spontaneous video. CamelBak, or a bag with a bladder review. We are going to concentrate on these two guys here. This is my old big CamelBak mule. It does have some things over both of these, but we'll get to it. So this is a spontaneous video. It's not going to be a fancy edit or nothing. Liquid Death, pay me. Alright, so I am not sponsored by Liquid Death, by the way. So firstly, this guy. I've had this guy for about 10 months. I bought this guy spontaneously because I was in Vegas on the trip, and then I saw the landscape on the horizon and I just had to go mountain biking, rented a bike, went, bought me some basic gear. This was one of the things I always have to have on the trail, personally. So, firstly, 1.5 liters, just a little tight for me. Ideally, I want to have 2 or even 2.5. I'd rather have more than not have enough water, right? I can always fill it less. So, but that's just me. Let me go over pros and cons of this bag here. This is Chase by CamelBak. It's a cool looking bag. First of all, I really dig the colors, and although as far as the appearance go, this little layout seemed weird. Let me see what you see. Yeah, this is your chest, right? You got 2 straps and you got both of these big kind of like straps, they go over your shoulders on your chest with pockets. Even though it seemed weird and flimsy because of the material, right? Over time, I realized that this is not bad. It is breathable. I'm in Texas most of my riding, and so it's breathable. It's great. Secondly, these little pockets, I use one of them, which is very, very useful for me personally, because one thing I want to make sure I have by the time I get off the trails is my keys. So this is where I put my car key. I zip it up, it's zipped up, I know it's on my chest, I know it's there, it's secure, so I like that. Secondly, we go to the bag itself. You got this pocket here, which is awesome. You got another one here, which is good, easy access, and you got this guy, and you have smaller pockets within this guy for smaller items, which is great, love it. And then you have your main compartment for the actual bladder. All right, so everything sounds great, right? Although my personal experience with this bag was not positive, and it wasn't because of the design, maybe. By the way, I have to get back to these straps in a second too, but let me get to this here. This thing was leaking on me, and it would do it intermittently. So I never knew if it was me or if it was the bag. Because the thing about this bag here, sometimes you would thread this cap in and it would feel like it's going in threads, you know what I mean? And it should be tight and everything. And then if you were to turn it upside down, sure enough, you'll see water. So you go back out, open it, reseal it, make sure that there's a little ring that kind of keeps this. Let me just show you. Which I think is just extra. You see it's holding in with the little, there. You got to make sure that this guy is not in the way of the threads, and that, I don't know why, sometimes it feels like it's threaded in, but it's not, and it will leak. So that's what I was thinking for the longest time, that it was just me. After like 8 months, I finally figured out that intermittently, oh shoot, there's water in here. Intermittently, it would leak here. And it wouldn't do it every single time. That was the craziest thing. So by the time I figured it out, I reached out to CamelBak. They went ahead and replaced the bladder for me. And I mean, no problem since, other than this cap is still kind of weird. Here, let's see. Sure, it won't leak now. There you go. I got a hang of it. I mean, this mule here would do it rarely, but in this mule, somehow you could feel when the cap is not going in threads. It would be obvious. This guy, for some reason, it's not obvious. Sometimes you feel like you closed it tightly and then it'll leak, and then you open it, close it, and try it again and turn it upside down. Will it leak? Will it not? And then by that time, if you do it a couple of times and it does leak, go ahead and fill it with more water because you only have 1.5 liters. So that was a pain in the ass. Now that I know of this issue, before I head out to the trail, I'll turn it upside down, make sure it is in fact sealed properly and all that. So after they replaced the bladder and I got, you know, used to the actual cap, I don't know if it's an issue, you know, it might just be me. I really do like this bag a lot. As far as these straps go, so you have 2 of them against your chest. The bottom one is like a little stretchy material, right? So what people say is that it will stretch out over time. I don't know. Like I said, for me, it's been close to a year. It seems to be just fine. It doesn't look bad or nothing. So in my experience so far, as odd as it looks, it's comfortable, it works, it's usable. Overall, I like it. It's a good bag. Like I said, it's just my negative experience with it leaking really just messed up my overall opinion about it at first, but now that it's been fixed, you know, it's a decent bag. Why did I still buy this guy here? Well, because when I was shopping for this, like I said, I bought it on the trip. I was looking for this already because people on the trails, I was still riding with this big fella here. People on the trails were telling me, hey, USWE or USWE, however you pronounce it, is the shit, it's amazing. Look at this freaking clip system. It's simple, it's reliable, it's easy, boom, right? And people were swearing by these bags. So, you know, I was like, you know what, CamelBak, 1.5 liters is a little tight. Let me go ahead and shop around. So, I go online. One thing important, what threw me off is that here, I even saved the little labels for you to show you. One thing you'll see on the advertisement, sorry, it's getting dark here. Capacity 4 liters. Online, capacity 4 liters. Description 4 liters. Okay, great, so this is what you expect, but when you start reading, especially if you don't see it physically, you're looking at it online, the bladder is 2 liters, 70 ounces. The overall capacity allegedly is 4, which, tell me, where is there another 2 liters in here? Because when you fill this up, imagine this is like a 2-liter Coke bottle, right? Now, stick it in here. I don't want to fill it up right now, to be honest, just for the video, I'm sorry. But imagine a 2-liter bottle in this bag. Where do you get another 2 liters in here? And this brings me to the next issue. And this one is bugging me right now, big time. Where are additional pockets? They're not in the front. That's where you want them, right? Easy access, they're right there. Boom, you took off your bag, you needed to get some tools, you're right there, you have them. On the side, nope. 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 Here's where the pockets are. They're under the bladder, against your back. Bro, really? This is the place where you want to have your tools, against your back? So like right here, this is where you're gonna have your tools or your CO2 cartridge or whatever. It's gonna be pressed against your back. How is that not obvious? No. How is that? Why did it go as a part of the design? And they looked at it and they were like, oh yeah, great, let's put it behind the bladder so it'd be a pain in the ass to get to, and so it'd be pressed against the rider's back. Dude, I don't know, man. This just makes no sense to me. Secondly, I haven't tried it on the trail yet, so if you have such a bag, please do leave me a comment. Let me know how your experience is, because so far what I did is I filled it with water And as I filled it up with water and I put it on my back, I might have still needed to spend more time adjusting the straps. But as I just stood there and I kind of like jumped a little bit, this whole thing was just moving a lot. It sits at the top of your back and it just like, it's like a 2-liter bottle in here and it just had that play, man. I don't know. Again, this is not for sure because I haven't ridden it, I haven't ridden the trails with it yet. So we'll see. But the big old Mule by CamelBak. Comfortable, keeps the water cooler because the material here is thicker versus this guy, right? Yeah, it's breathable, but also you get hot, your water gets super hot really quick. It's right on your back and it's just net. Also, this is a 1.5 liter, so there's less water. Obviously, it will it will keep the temperature cool less time-wise versus this guy. But obviously I changed it because it's all burned out, it's old, and I don't need so much bag on the local trails. But what they did get right on this one here is, well, A, obviously additional pockets, easy access, that's cool. B, this little setup they had, man, I love it. Why would CamelBak not continue doing this? Like, they spent time developing this piece, right, with a magnet. They spent time, they spent money, they had this made, and then they just backed out of it. Why? This is perfect. So you ride, you pull this thing out, you drink your water, and you just throw it in. As you ride, it finds its, like right now, it's obviously it's in my hands, but as it sits right on your shoulder, it just finds its place back. It clips in. It's just, man, love this feature. All right, so I am picky, obviously, so I'm glad you're watching my video. Maybe it will be useful because I'm picky about my CamelBaks, obviously. So I even considered, last thing, taking this bladder out of this USWE, I don't know how to pronounce that, correct me please. Taking this bladder, 2 liter, placing it in this CamelBak bag. I swear to God, man, I'm really disappointed there's no pockets here. So, and then in addition, if I could get this magnet on here too, it's gonna make it a perfect bag. Because look, man, why would you wanna have this? As you ride, you wanna have more time with your hands on your bar, concentrated on the trail, versus dealing with this crap, clipping it in and out, or this, which I don't even know what's going on here. It goes through here, it goes through here, it goes down in here, and then it just kind of hangs, or does it go from here? Like, it's just weird, man. It doesn't even look right. I don't know. Am I being too picky? Probably am, but I mean, they really just killed it with this magnet thing. So there you have it. My experiences, just like I said, keep in mind that this guy is not 4-liter bladder. It's a 2-liter bladder. It really threw me off because everything you look at, the first thing you see is 4-liter, 4-liter, 4-liter. You don't see it in person as I bought it online. And so you think it's a 4-liter, which would be too much anyway. I think 2-liter might just be perfect. I think 2.5 would be ideal, but whatever. 2-liter I think might be just perfect for me. And I will give this guy a go, ride it on the trails, see how it sits, how comfortable it is. And then, you know what, if I don't like it, I'm taking this bladder out and placing it in here. And the other thing, last thing, this fill-up method, I mean, I don't know about it yet. On one hand, it's easier, boom. On the other hand, I wonder if this is part of the problem on why I had so much play on my back, because it's, sure, it's attached to the top of the bag, but I feel like it should be like right here, maybe like a, what do you call it? I don't know, like some sort of a clip to where it would actually stay clipped into the top of the bag. And it wouldn't, you know what I mean? Because this is what happens. This is full of water, right? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your experience is. Share your thoughts. Leave a comment. Stay hydrated. Deuces.